Hi guys, so I'm just recording to talk about today's trades, but there were quite a few, so I'm probably going to do this like bit by bit, maybe a couple of different videos rather than all in one. And the plan, I know it was a bit counterintuitive, but the plan was to overtrade. It was more of an exercise to make sure I'm pulling the trigger rather than worrying about overtrading, given that we're on the sim. And then the next exercise will be to make sure I don't overtrade. So that's the next step. So now that's out of the way, I'll talk through the first two trades. Eric, I don't know if you can see it that well. Let me pull the browser in a bit. You see the red line there? Eric plotted that early on, and I copied that line as we started basing these two candles. We started basing there, so I copied that line down, placed it there, and as we broke through it, I took a short on there. And as these sort of highs were setting near these, in sync with this low here, I put the pink in, and I put the pink in after these candles, this second pink, but the risk was the top pink. So I entered the 200 short, nice tight risk. And we consolidated a little bit, and we had a sort of pull back into the risk level, and because the risk was so tight, and we looked to be sort of supporting this level to the downside, I added on another 200, so I got 400 shares at this point. We had the nice red candle following that entry, and the next candle opened, and I was watching for a straight flush, but we didn't get it, so I just took off the 200 to protect, given the heavy size that I was in. And it's good practice to obviously protect anyway. And then we got the next flush on the next candle. I took off another 100 shares, leaving 100 remaining. And then on the next candle, I was looking for the flush, but it wasn't coming. We were supporting, so I just took the next 100 off. So that's that trade done. Nice and quick. Really, I should have looked for continuation, more maybe in like this sort of trend here. Maybe I should have looked for that continuation and kept a piece on. But you know, work in progress and all that. This second trade, this was a short. So as you see the red level, I pulled it down again. So you see the low, the low, the low, the high. I brought in the red level because of those candles, and we had a break below it and a push back up towards the red level. And that's when I entered in short. I'm bringing down the pink levels the whole time as we're moving down the horizontal pink levels, for use as risk, like above the entry. So yeah, I entered short, and I didn't have all that much confidence in this trade. It was more of a, I don't know, I didn't put too much thought into it. I just took it based off of that level. It was kind of like, as I explained earlier, we're doing a bit of sharpshooting, sort of trying to pull the trigger. And obviously, as a part of that comes less confident trades. And if you're not confident in your trades, you don't keep the one as long. And that's exactly what happened here. So I entered short, nice level, not really nice entry. And I could have, you know, obtained some nice profits from this entry. But because the confidence wasn't there, I covered the full position on the same candle as we pulled back to sort of 68240. So very, very quick profits due to lack of confidence. And then on the next candle, this is actually going long because I didn't have the confidence in this trade with the short. I had doubts about it, you know, price continuing down, and I was starting to think, you know, to the long side, totally disregarding this red level. Totally disregarding this pink level, and so yeah, I took a purchase there. Again, this was a trade I wasn't confident in, and I caught as soon as we broke through the sort of support here. Broke through a little bit below the entry level, so that was a loss on the day. This next trade was a short, Now this line's very, very faint. I don't know if you can see it. The purple line that sort of, I can barely see it myself, so I know you can't see it. Let's bring that right in. You see the purple line there? That runs all the way through. Goes up there and yeah, it doesn't interact with price action up there. So it's a purple line on the back of this. That was what I was trading against as we had a push into that on the downwards trend. And obviously we've got the pink levels just above. So yeah, I took a snipe there. We had a sell off and I took off half at the bottom as a protection. We were sold. I still had my position on, and then we started buying, and then as we were buying back up, that's when I took the rest off. Similar level to where I took the first 100 off. This next trade was a long. So coming out of the cup, you can see the nice big buying volume on the way up. And then we had a little bit of a pull, and this moving average here, that's the QQQ20, which we'd been sort of tracking all the way down. And as we had a pull into that, I took a long position, small size, I think it was 100 shares, for the quick push up into the purple line, which is very, very faint. So yeah, that was a very quick trade, quick scalp. And then the next one, and then it became more of a, not to go into each of these individually, it became more of a buy towards the moving average red, sell towards the red if I don't think we've got continuation. I was hoping to, if I see continuation happening, keep some on, but got in, sold as we broke down here, got in as we were supporting, and then I sold because it just it didn't look like we'd continue on, but sold too soon and continued on. And then we had the pulls. So I'd plotted this yellow, and we'd had the pulls into the yellow, which I bought for continuation. Oh, sorry, we had the pull into the blue as well. So we've got the yellow, and then we've got the blue. So we've got this first pull that I'm looking to buy the blue to continue on, the more precision algorithm. But I was risking the yellow, so we pulled into the yellow, which I added as that was my risk, a very, very tight risk on these extra shares. We had a pop, and the blue looked like it turned into resistance. So I took half off, and then I was watching and fall further upside. And then as we broke down below the level, the yellow level, I cut the rest. Still at a profit, but I'd lost some of the profits by trying to keep a piece on. As we had broken below this yellow, as we broke down, and we were coming back up, obviously we've got the blue here. So I was looking at the yellow and as well as the sort of cyan blue, and to take a piece short against those levels. But that was like small size because we weren't touching the levels. I added the rest on for 200 shares as we sort of were testing this cyan blue yellow, and then we've got the pink level there, the horizontal, and then I took half off, and then I covered the rest as we were just chopping sideways. So 2 seconds. You see these candles here, we've got a low, we've got a low, we've got a low. That's why I decided to bring the blue across from earlier. We've got this blue and this blue to make a channel, so I copied both of them as they are, pulled them across, so that's at this line and that's at this line here, and this one helping the next trade after this one. So we've got the red one, we've got the red line here. Yep, we've got the horizontal pink, we've got the 20 QQQ, and we've also got you see the top side cyan blue. So we've had a break above the cyan blue. We've got all the things that was mentioned as support. So I'm buying here for the push up, and I took a protection here. As we pushed up into this pink level, I took the rest off, and then we actually broke through the blue. And as we pushed up, I took a short. Obviously, we're in the pink level. We're on the underside blue now. So, and we were sort of extending away from the 20 a little bit, not much, but we've got this resistance. And I took a piece short, not a confident short, so only 100 shares. And then I covered it as we pulled back towards the horizontal pink. So quick, snappy trade. And then this one I actually called out in the chat. So let me just point this out to you. So let me just put on the locking tool, get a paintbrush. So you see here, shoulder, head, and shoulder. And I drew this in the chat up 4:15, which is, I'm 5 hours ahead of Eastern, which is 11:15. So as soon as I drew this, after my entries, I went back and we had already shot up here. So the reason I didn't protect here is because I took a second to take a screenshot and put it in the chat. I came back and we were already up here, and we were pushing up, and I just took the trade off. I took the first piece off, and then as we pushed up into the red on the same candle, I took the second piece off, and then I went and had some lunch.